Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a monster review on the recent team race monster, Francine Frank. Yes, my baby team did get at rank 3, so it's going to be a level 1 to 115 video. And if you guys saw my initial monster analysis for Francine Frank, you would know I'm not that overly impressed on this monster. I do love that she can hold double shield relics, which means double tenacity if you happen to be fortunate enough to have a tenacity shield. And that alone could make her pretty darn useful. But really, that's mostly what I liked. Some of her skills, they're interesting, but not that great. Some of her skills are pretty good, but overall, you guys will see. For her trait, she does have the tough trait, so 35% chance to not get hit with any negative effect. And again, there's a tenacity shield. Her life stat is going to be phenomenal. It's the second highest in the whole entire game. However, she is incredibly slow. She's tied for the slowest thunder monster. And I think her power was kind of whatever. And in this case, I even got one slot unlocked and 2 locked. So I don't know if this monster is going to get that much usage. And her ultimate also not that great. Massive thunder damage, which is cool, but then it applies curse countdown, which means the enemies will die after 3 turns. So this ultimate isn't like a game-changing ultimate or anything, unless somehow you can tank out 3 turns, which hey, maybe it's possible. But I don't know, this monster is slow, so she won't really get a turn in. There's a lot, so I think this is more the kind of monster you put on defense and then just use her for her double tenacity and use her for the skills that are actually beneficial. So with that being said, I'm just going to level her up and I'll talk about her different skills. And so the first 4 skills we have to choose from are Beastly Recovery, which deals moderate thunder damage, 50% chance of applying shock, and applies self-regeneration. Now this is skills group 1 skill, which I think could be possible on this monster, primarily because it's spammable. So even if you get hit with cooldowns activated, at least you get yourself regeneration. And considering this monster is tanky, considering that you can partner this monster up with maybe a War Master Zara, a War Master Babari, where you can't get hit with torture effects, she can be pretty tough to kill. Cooldowns activated, can't stop her from doing regen, can apply torture effects thanks to your War Masters. There's some potential with some teammates, and specifically this skill, because if you don't run this skill, her other skills, they have pretty high cooldowns from what I remember. Anyway, you can also run Villager's Nightmare, which applies stamina leak to all of the enemy monsters. Fear the Beast is a 0 cooldown damage reduction skill. Supernatural Destruction, great name, but not that great of an attack. 50% chance of stamina leak. So from all of these skills, only Beastly Recovery could be worth it. And then for my Francine Frank, I'm going to keep this skill for now because there's a chance that if I get rid of it now, I won't be able to get it again. And I think I might actually keep it. With that being said, her next skill, Self-Mending Limbs. This skill applies shock to an enemy and it heals by 100%. You want to absolutely run this skill, 100% life recovery skill. Even if you're possessed and you attack yourself, doesn't matter, you're going to recover 100% of your life, which is pretty darn awesome. And if you happen to attack an enemy monster, you apply shock. And shock will essentially reduce the monster's HP. Specifically, it deals low thunder damage. It also blocks extra turn skills, so it can stop a Voltic potentially. It could also stop Faraday from using an Anticipation trait or any Anticipation monster for that matter. Villager's Field deals major damage reduction. Major damage reduction reduces an enemy's damage output by 50%, so quite significant. And I'm Not a Monster, another skill that's a must-have, applies taunt to itself, gains a shield that absorbs 50% of damage received. So not only do you draw in all the attack towards you for 1 turn, all of the attack that you draw towards you, they're 50% less effective. So Self-Mending Limbs and I'm Not a Monster for sure run these 2 skills. And again, you're kind of possession proof because even if you get possessed, well, if you do I'm Not a Monster, it's just a taunt skill. If you do Self-Mending Limbs, you recover all of your HP. Even if you're running Beastly Recovery, hey, you attack yourself, you attack a teammate, at least you gave yourself regeneration. And then another skill you have in your arsenal is Regain Strength, which deals heavy thunder damage to one enemy, it applies shock to an enemy, and it doubles your own maximum life. Once again, you're kind of possession proof because yes, although you still attack an enemy monster, and if you'd be possessed you attack yourself or a teammate, your skills at least still do something that benefit you. In this case, double life with I'm Not a Monster, damage protection, and taunt with Self-Mending Limbs, 100% life recovery, and Beastly Recovery, that regen. So I'm going to replace Villager's Fear, which is a great skill, but I don't think it's that needed. However, you could, it's really one or the other, Regain Strength or the skill I just replaced. With that being said, let's keep going. And then the final skill we need to talk about is Destructive Monstrosity. Once again, a great name, and this skill can potentially do one of 4 things. So 25% chance for each. One is instant death, which is incredible, automatically kill an enemy monster. The other is death after 3 turns, so curse countdown, not that great. The other thing is nightmares, which is just awful, and the other thing is shocked, which is also not that great. So really you have a 25% chance for something amazing, the instant death, and a 75% chance for something not so great. Well, I mean, technically the curse countdown could be okay, so it's like a 50-50, but really more so it's like a 25-75. Although it's unique, I don't think Destructive Monstrosity is worth running, but if you did honestly want to run it, you could probably just replace Beastly Recovery. But again, looking at the cooldowns, 3 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, that's why I'm advocating for Beastly Recovery. Even though it's a Skills Group 1 skill, I think it's fine. Destructive Monstrosity, I don't think it's needed. And so here we have Francine Frank with what I believe to be the best skills, but again, you could replace Beastly Recovery with something else if you want to. You have Destructive Monstrosity, you have Villager's Fear, the major damage reduction, you have Villager's Nightmare, the AoE stamina leak that targets a single enemy. Those are really the 3 replacements, but I say the 0 cooldown regeneration is a great skill. Once again, getting possessed, not really too much of a problem. All of your skills benefit you in some way, shape, or form. For relics, once again, Tenacity Shield, if you have it, use it, definitely use it. And I'll give her just whatever else I have. Oh, let's take a look at her stats. Power 3937, life 56964, speed 3587. This is because she is rank 3, don't forget that. And for runes, you probably want to give her a single life rune and team speed. 2 team speed. You could also do 1 single speed, a team speed, and a life. And I think that's probably it. If you have her at 100, you could even do 2 single speed and a life. And the only reason you'd want to do that is because, keep in mind, she's a thunder monster. You want to be in a situation where she could actually potentially outspeed an enemy Volt or Xyla or whatever. So you can start off by activating your taunt, I'm not a monster, to protect your team from Volts. And don't worry about Volt or Xyla killing her, because Francine Frank is not going to be dying by the likes of them. Volt only really has thunder-based attacks. He has Electrodynamic Assault, which is special-based, but it is very, very weak. And the minute you activate I'm not a monster, and those attacks are drawn towards you, you have that elemental advantage, or you have that elemental resistance because you're thunder-based, and they're using thunder attacks. And then, not to mention, you have damage protection, which saves 50%, which reduces 50% of the damage output. So you're in a perfect situation to where a monster like Voltic really won't be able to kill you. Against a Charmless, you'd kind of be more in trouble because he can make you weak to nature attacks. But again, you have that damage protection to help you out. And so the competition I have now is kind of tough. So let's just take on Stormtrooper and see how this battle goes. And of course, I'm bringing Elvira because that's really the best way to deal with ranked up monsters, level 130s. Look at that churn order, insane. Very, very insane. Galante gets 2 churns, Scar got 2 churns, Ingvar got 1 churn, but dang. Alright, I'm just gonna set up with Taiga, so ready to hunt. And then Francine gets a churn in. What can I do? Well, again, I can give myself regen, I can give myself double life, I can recover 100% of my life with self-mending limbs, which I don't need to do. So I'm just going to set up the taunt, which draws all the attack towards me, and those attacks are also 50% weaker. I'm realizing now she can't really deal damage. For some reason in my head I was thinking, oh, she has a damage return. She doesn't. But if you were to partner her up with some sort of monster that could do damage return, then that would be pretty cool. Unfortunately, she can't do that herself. So maybe with the new War Master, with Babari, maybe those 2 monsters can work in tandem together. For now, let's just see. Let's just attack Galante. And here, the one thing I do at least get to showcase is, look at that, I'm possessed. What am I gonna do? Well, oh, she recharged. I was hoping I attacked my team with something, and then, like, it wouldn't matter, right? I just recovered my life, I did whatever. And here, I lost my main attacker. I should have probably set up the camouflage, but that's fine. I just want to show that, look how tanky she is. She just took a bunch of hits, a bunch of hits. Basically, she's gonna attack Galante. He has shocked, and look at that, my HP is 100% back to what it used to be. How cool is that? Let me give myself protection. I think I'm gonna have to go 4 times speed, and look at how much I am surviving. She was on the brink of destruction. Those torture effects are gonna deal a hefty amount of damage, and this is, again, we're partnering her up with maybe one of the new War Masters, with Zara, with Babari, something that blocks torture effects. That's when tanks become really, really viable. On their own, yeah, they are so vulnerable to the DOTs, to torture effects. So not necessarily the best matchup. Let's see if we can find a Voltic or a Xyla somewhere. Maybe I'll fight the Charmless. Oh, there's one right there. Now the trick is to be able to go before he does to activate my taunt, essentially. And in a real scenario, yeah, that's going to be really hard because Voltic has a pretty fast base speed to start with. and he typically always has at least one orange rune, one speed rune. But let's see how this plays out. Kokoro will set up evasion, and then Voltic will probably recharge. Necromancer will probably recharge or use his extra turn skills or turn transfer. So Voltic is just attacking, and yeah, extra turn, extra turn, extra turn. Just recharge already. And then Kokoro will probably set up the evasion, not the evasion, will probably set up the damage, maybe the life regen, maybe fearlessness, so enemy can't be hit with control skills, or he'll recharge, we'll see. Let's times 4 this, because this is taking too long. And recharge, remover of obstacles, oh that was interesting, and static shocks. Alright, Volt, 4 times speed, alright, perfect. So once again, I'm going to set up camouflage, ready to hunt, and with Francine Frank, really the only thing I can do with her is to set up that taunt and that damage reduction, essentially. And then let's see what happens. Lord of Beginnings, Voltic attacks, and wait, what the heck? Wait, don't I have taunt? Wait, why did he attack my Elvira? There's actually some mechanic I found out about quite a while back. I don't know if that's what happened here, but whatever, let's just continue. So as you can see, Francine Frank, her main purpose is just to stay alive. She's a tanky monster. Let's see if I can apply shock on that Volt to prevent him from doing extra turn skills and double my own max life. So that's the bad thing about shock. Sometimes it's not gonna land, so the enemy can still just attack you endlessly. But look at that, with my double life. Oh, thank you for recovering Elvira. Oh, killed her. With my double life, like, it's so hard to kill me. And then I'm just gonna heal all of my life. So seriously, good luck killing me. It's not that easy. Watch, self-mending limbs, and another chance to apply shock. I landed it. Cool, cool. And there we go. Turn ended. Thanks to shock, you don't get extra turns. Static shocks? Sorry, you have shocked. You don't get extra turns. Deadly Artifice. And yeah, she's so slow, so you probably will need some sort of boost. Beastly Recovery, now I have self-regen. Let's times 4 this. And I think the shock ran out, so now he can keep attacking me endlessly. Got his ult too. So yeah guys, that's pretty much Francine Frank for you. And as I've said in multiple videos, the thing about tanks is you really can't showcase them so much. On that monster, Beastly Recovery, you honestly really can't showcase them that much in a offensive scenario because, well, their main purpose is to take hits. They're not really flamboyant like an attacker that can OTK, like a deny monster that prevents the whole enemy team from attacking you. Those monsters, it's very clear what they do. Tanks can be utilized. Tanks are especially a lot more usable on defense, but in terms of offense, it really is kind of hard to showcase their potential. So right now, all you're seeing is that she's staying alive. That's what a tank is supposed to do. Take hits, stay alive, and she's doing a really good job at it. How many turns? I'm fighting Necromancer and a Voltic, and I am staying alive. So that alone is, it is indicative of what her potential is. Look at this. Why haven't I set this up to protect 50% damage protection? So no, look how weak that static shocks is. Look how weak everything is. And thank you for bringing back my Elvira over and over and over again. It's recharged. I still have that damage protection. And look, when I'm getting close to dying, when I'm at that cusp of dying, let's see if I survive. Thanks to that oh no, I died. I was just gonna recover 100% of my life. So that's her potential. And let's see if I can actually win a battle. So let's put in some team speed. Let's go Baylor, and let's go, who else do I have? Fatted, plus he could also recover if needed. Let's do this team. And now let's see if I can find someone that's feasible. We'll refresh one more time. And we'll take on this team right here. Fatted, Crowton. Click fight. And I think this battle will be won. So let's do Baylor. Everyone has total blind. Here I'll give myself double life. I will apply shock to anyone who has an extra turn skill. Fatted does. So that's shock and double life. Oh, did I do the wrong one? I think I did the healing skill. Oops. Let's do Rotten Claw on Cryoton. Recharge. Miss. Black Sai. And Shadow Acceleration. Let's do Total Blind. I don't want to get frozen. This is the max life. This is the skill I should have done first. So that's the max life. Look at that beautiful maximum life. Let's do Decomposing Body. Let's just recharge. Recharge. Dead. Recharge. Alright, who do I want to kill next? Do you not have the evasion skill? That is a badly built Nishan's bodyguard. Let's poison. I'm not a monster. Let's draw the attack towards me. Actually, let's just do regen. Life regen now that I've taken much damage. She's dead. And look, they're back from the dead. Now you're dead. Let's do King, Taunt, and I'm not a monster. Taunt also, why not? Doesn't really matter. Recharge. Vine Worms. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Total Blind. Trader Eater. I'll just get rid of her and then just bring her back myself with triple damage. And Shadow Acceleration, Evasion, Pestilence Curse. And let's do this. Francine Frank once again. Double damage or triple damage, maximum life. And again, maybe that Monstrosity, Destruction Monstrosity skill could be worth it for her to have some sort of 25% chance to instant kill. Here's Bride of Destruction, which again is a curse countdown. The enemy will die in 3 turns. It'll take 3 full turns, which the reason I don't like it is just because games typically don't last 3 turns. This obviously is lasting, but only because I'm making it last. In a usual battle, that's not gonna be happening. 3 turns won't happen, like, ever. Or I mean, it depends who you're fighting, right? So against tanky monsters, yeah, but for the most part, you're pretty good to win like in a 1 turn or 2 turns. Look, I got my ult again. Might as well use it. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much Francine Frank in a nutshell. Overall, still, I'm not the biggest fan of the monster. I do recognize her usefulness with a double tenacity. I do recognize how she's almost possession proof thanks to all of her self skills. Well, not necessarily self skills, but skills that do give her some sort of benefit. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Francine Frank. And again, runes, I would do life and team speed. I would do single speed, life, team speed. It's ultimately up to you at the end of the day though, so give me your thoughts. What skills will you be running? What runes will you be running? Would you even be using this monster? Whatever thoughts you have on Francine Frank, whether or not you got her, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.